5-year, $275 million, 240 million pound contract extension yesterday. After signing, he spoke to the media on his goals. Take a listen.
We're heading in the right direction, and I want to be the quarterback here. I want to bring a championship to Jacksonville. That's my goal, and I really know that we can accomplish that.
Brew, do you think Trevor can be a Super Bowl caliber quarterback?
He has not shown us that in his first 3 years. That's for sure. I will say this, though. I do think you can win a Super Bowl with him. I expect him to improve.
Well, then, so yes. So the answer is yes.
Nick Foles won a Super Bowl.
Okay, well, let's not use the Nick Foles
Joe Flacco
standard.
won a Super Bowl.
Go ahead.
But right now, he is not a quarterback that's going to carry you to a Super Bowl. Right now. Now, maybe he will become that in the future, but he's not shown us that yet. But the Foleses of the world, the Russell Wilson, even when he won his, and even a washed Peyton Manning, they had great defenses. He's got the offensive weapons. There's no excuse for him not to have a great offensive season.
For the second straight year, you love Gabe Davis more than anybody else.
But Gabe Davis is Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, and they got Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, I mean, they have a bunch of number 3 receivers.
Thomas Jr.?
Well, as a rookie, I think he will be good eventually. But I think I just want to follow up with you real quick. Right, like as far as carry you to a Super Bowl.
Right now, no.
No. Mahomes obviously is on that list. Stafford, I would assume you have on that list because he did it. Like, who is on that list that hasn't done it? That's my question.
Josh Allen.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar's on that list.
Absolutely. You can win. That can carry a team to a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
He's got a 75% win rate.
Yeah.
And yes, last year he seems to be taking slow and small steps towards there. He you know what I mean? He keeps going a little deeper and deeper into the playoffs. Okay. I think he learned a lot last year.
Joe Burrow, I would assume you have on that list.
Burrow's on there.
Okay.
And I would say probably C.J. Stroud and Purdy. Well, Purdy doesn't have to carry him, but you can win the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy.
But hold on,
he's proven that.
Is he in the Nick Foles category, or is he in the?
He's not. He's better than Nick Foles.
Right, but so
absolutely, he's a tier 2 quarterback.
Okay, all right, Danny, go ahead.
The big tier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love this show. I love you. I was the one who I think put you on to Trevor Lawrence way back in the day. My wife went to Clemson. Yeah. So
you mean he didn't discover Trevor Lawrence when he was winning games?
I mean, I don't know. The guy played for Clemson, was undefeated national champion. I don't know anyone had to be put on to him. I was unaware. I
knew about him. He was competing with Justin Fields, best prospect in Georgia.
But go ahead.
6th grade, 7th grade. Here are. You love facts, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can we just show touchdowns against turnovers?
Sure.
He's done nothing yet.
I mean, if you add up the touchdowns, that's 69 touchdowns. If you add up the turnovers,
he has a fumbling problem.
That's okay, but I only gave you the fumbles
60.
lost.
Yeah.
That's 60 turnovers.
Right.
If I give you total
33.
fumbles, it's more turnover-worthy plays than touchdowns. And that carries over to his 2 playoff games where he had the 4-touchdown, 4-interception game, and then he was 1-1 in that game against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So it's a 1-to-1 touchdown to turnover ratio in playoff games. Yeah. This guy turns the ball over way too much to win big with. Maybe someday into the future, but you love evidence. There's nothing we've seen.
I'll give you the evidence. It's the same evidence we had.
Yeah,
no, it's the same evidence. Wait to show it.
Here we
go.
It's
the same evidence we had with Josh Allen. Josh Allen, your guy's favorite quarterback other than Mahomes. Josh Allen had a really rough rookie year, showed flashes his second year, and then his third year looked excellent. Trevor Lawrence last year, before he got hurt, here is his numbers,
Selective
and we will. No, it's the first 11. What's up, Hubs? The first 11 games. Yeah, that's what it is. The first 11 games last year. He had the same record for you quarterback wins, folks, as the best quarterback alive and the league MVP.
That ain't awesome, Nick. 15-7? I mean, I'm sorry. It's not.
Hold on.
And you know Mahomes had a down year.
Right. I understand that. And this guy is 23 years old. When this season.
Brock Purdy's numbers destroy those.
Brew, hold on. Do you actually think the Niners would rather have, if the salaries were the same, would rather have Brock Purdy
than Trevor Lawrence? Right now, Brock Purdy is better than Trevor Lawrence. Oh. He has been better than Trevor Lawrence.
Hold on. He has a better statistical resume. But who is the better player?
Right now, Brock Purdy.
Okay.
See, no, I don't.
I'm just looking at facts. Hold on, you were the facts guy a minute ago.
I know.
Brock Purdy has played better than Trevor Lawrence thus far.
Situations matter.
Brock Purdy, Because the question is, can he carry you to a Super Bowl? Could the Jags would be better off with Brock Purdy than Trevor Lawrence?
I'm not looking at hypotheticals.
But
I'm looking at right now.
This whole thing is hypothetical.
Right now, who has played better
I got to tell you
at
something
quarterback?
real quick.
It's June.
There is not another game that's going to be played in basketball or football for 2.5 months.
That's why
the
we
whole
going
show's
what they've
hypotheticals.
done. No,
it's
Brock
looking
Purdy
forward.
has played better than Trevor Lawrence so far.
Right.
Situations, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, situation.
So potentially upgraded their in-house media department. How about that? By signing J.J. Redick to a 4-year deal. According to Syracuse grad and great reporter Dave McMiniman, LeBron had no say in the hire. Brew, is J.J. Redick qualified for this job?
Well, look, there have been more than a dozen players that became head coaches without any experience, okay? So I guess some people might say in that sense, but I would say none of them were qualified, whether they did well or not. If there is a certain thing as a qualification for a head coach, J.J. Redick doesn't meet it. He has coached no one over 12 years old, ever. So how can you be – no one can say with a straight face that he's qualified, okay? Even if you look at the players that went to become head coaches, because who was successful? And I know there's a number, Mark Jackson, I thought had success, but I'm going to talk about success relative to what does J.J. Redick have to do to be viewed as successful?
Yeah.
That's okay. If he has to be Steve Kerr.
No. I would say Steve Kerr's been successful.
Right. Steve Kerr's been successful. Doc Rivers won a championship.
But not with the team that hired him.
Not with the team that hired him.
Yep.
But Larry Bird was successful.
Yep.
Got to the finals. And Jay Kidd, not with the team that hired him.
That's the other key.
But he's been to the finals.
So let me jump in on that point.
So you're saying Kerr's the only one?
Well, I'm going to show it to you. So since Bird, there have been 9. It'll be easier for the audience to see than you guys, but I'll explain what that says. 9 coaches who had no experience ever get a job like J.J. Redick. The only one that won more than one playoff series with the team that hired him is Kerr. The only one. So, Doc Rivers, 3 seasons in Orlando, 0 playoff series. Isaiah Thomas, 3 seasons in Indy, 0 playoff series. Vinny Del Negro, famously, 3 seasons in Chicago, 0 playoff series wins, might have been 2. Mark Jackson, 3 seasons in Golden State, 1 playoff series win. Jay Kidd, 1 season with the Nets, 1 playoff series win. Kerr, 6-23, all that stuff. And then Derek Fisher, 2 seasons, 0 playoff series. Steve Nash, 3 seasons, 1 playoff series. So even the ones, Brew, this is why it's such a risk that we're Doc, Jay Kidd. Yep. Oh, those are good coaches. Not for the team that hired them.
Right.
Not until they got, experience.
And they did okay.
They did okay, but it didn't.
Okay is not going to save it.
Okay is not going to save it.
Right.
So it's just our old, I don't want to quote him because I don't know if he wanted to be quoted, but someone brought this up to me yesterday, and I thought it was a good point. Why has JJ not gotten the Jeff Saturday treatment?
Oh, I can answer that.
Why?
At least football is different.
Oh, because it's just the bar?
It is the hardest of the 3 major sports to coach. I think the coach has much more is a factor in the success. I cannot imagine, and I don't know why the Colts did, that anyone
Correct.
could step out of never coaching to coaching in NFL football. Basketball, it can be done.
So that's why he didn't get the full Jeff Saturday treatment. I guess the reason it piqued my interest was the Jeff Saturday thing was a sign of a totally dysfunctional organization, owner. It was a punchline, right? And the JJ thing is he's going to walk in as an above average coach as far as pay. $8 million a year is more than Missoula makes. Yep. It's more than they were willing to offer Ty Lue.
What was Ham? I thought around 5.
I thought Ham was around 4 and Vogel was around 5. My answer, Danny, is no, he is not.
So the reporting on this for me, and I trust the reporters. Yeah. I know some of them. Yeah. Some of it's been weird. Some of it's been pretty straightforward. It is beginning to strain the limits of logic for me to say that LeBron sat back and had no word, no influence Okay, maybe he wants plausible deniability, but does anyone here really believe J.J. Redick is the coach of the Lakers if he does not host a podcast with LeBron James?
No, but I don't think those two things are necessarily the same thing as what you're